Imagine stepping into a country where every corner feels like a painting. Where one moment you're sipping wine by the sea, and the next you're walking through a palace fit for kings. Welcome to France, a country that doesn't just show you beauty, it overwhelms you with it. Today, we're going on a journey together across mountains, castles, and coastlines, counting down 10 most beautiful sights in France. And stay until the end because I've got a bonus tip on how you can actually afford to stay here without maxing out your credit card. Let's begin our story in the south. Our story begins where the sun kisses the Mediterranean, the French Riviera. Picture this: choice-oil water, yachts bigger than your apartment block, and cafes where even a simple croissant feels fancy. But here's the twist: you don't have to be a millionaire to belong. Strolling through Nice, Old Town with an ice cream, or watching the sunset from the Promenade des Anglais, you realize luxury here isn't always about money. Sometimes it's just about slowing down and letting the Riviera shine on you. From the sea, we travel north to Alsace, where suddenly France feels like it's wearing a storybook costume. Colmar and Requevert look like they were painted by a Disney animator on their lunch break. Timber-framed houses, cobblestones, canals. Every street corner begs you to burst into a song like Belle in The Beauty and the Beast. And trust me, people actually do. In winter, these towns transform into Christmas wonderlands, glowing with lights, mulled wine, and gingerbread. It's the kind of place you stop, look around, and say, yep, life just turned into a movie. But our story isn't only about cities and towns. Deep in Provence, The Verdon Gorge opens up, the Grand Canyon of Europe. Imagine cliffs so tall they make you feel like a little dot, tiny dot. And a river so turquoise it looks digitally edited. This is the nature showing off. You can kayak, hike, or if you're like me, just sit there and pretend you're in a travel commercial. Either way, it's a reminder that France isn't just history and romance. It's also wild, raw, and untamed. As the summer sun warms the land, we find ourselves in Provence, where the earth explodes into purple. Lavender fields stretch endlessly, buzzing with bees and glowing under golden skies. The air smells sweet, the views look painted, and honestly, it feels like a dream sequence in a film. People come here to take photos, yes, but what they live with is calm, a reminder that beauty isn't only seen, it's breathed in. From the soft fields, our story climbs high into the French Alps. Welcome to Chamonix, at the foot of Mont Blanc, the tallest mount in Western Europe. Here, the air is crisp, the peaks are eternal, and adventure is a way of life. Skiers glide in winter, hikers wander in summer, and cabin cars lift even the laziest among to breathtaking heights. Looking at Mont Blanc, you realize why they call it the roof of Europe. It's humbling and honestly a little intimidating. Our journey then takes us to the heart of France, the Loire Valley. Here, castles aren't rare, they're everywhere, like mushrooms after rain. But two stand out. Chambord, with its impossible roofline and staircase rumored to have been designed by Leonardo da Vinci, Chenonceau, a castle so graceful it stretches across a river like it was built just to be admired. Walking here, you half expect knights and queens to appear. Its history whispering through the stone walls. From the valley, we head to the coast of the Normandy, where something unbelievable rises from the sea. Mont Saint-Michel. Imagine a medieval abbey perched on a tiny island, surrounded by water at high tides, standing tall like it's floating. Centuries ago, pilgrims would walk barefoot across the sands to reach it. Today, visitors climb its winding streets, huffing and puffing, yes, but rewarded with views that make the effort worthwhile. Mont Saint-Michel is less of a place and more of a miracle carved into rock. No story of France is complete without Paris. At the center stands the Louvre, a museum so massive you could live there for a week and still miss half of the art. The Mona Lisa is small but mighty. the Venus de Milo, graceful and timeless. But beyond the Louvre, Paris itself is art. Montmartre, with a bohemian spirit, whispers of Van Gogh and Picasso, the Musée d'Orsay bursts with impressionist color. Paris is the canvas, and you, the traveler, are part of the masterpiece. And then, of course, the Eiffel Tower, the Iron Lady of Paris. Believe it or not, when she was built, locals hated her. They thought she was ugly, a giant metal skeleton in the middle of the city. Now, it's the symbol of romance, travel, and selfies that crushes your phone storage. By day, she's impressive, but by night, she sparkles. She's unforgettable. Standing beneath her, you realize something simple. Beauty isn't always loved at first sight. Sometimes it takes time. Our story reaches its grand finale at the Palace of Versailles. This isn't a palace, it's an entire world of extravagance. Gold glitters in every corner, chandeliers sparkle in the hall of mirrors, and gardens stretch endlessly with fountains and statues. Versailles was King Louis XIV's way of saying, "I am the Sun King, and you, my friend, are a visitor in my universe." Walking here, you're not just seeing a palace, you are stepping into the stage where history, power, and beauty played out centuries ago.